Hi guys, I'm Andy and this is a Lightroom Basics tutorial. This is video 5 of what's going to be quite a few videos, I think. And I'm trying to keep it so that all the little bits and pieces are kept into their own individual video. So if you haven't seen the first 4 videos, please go and have a look at those and come back. And if you're looking to learn Lightroom from the very basic up, you're in the right place. So in this video we're going to compare, we're going to rate and prioritise all of our images so that we've got a complete workflow and we know which images we're going to work from. We're going to give them ratings so we know which ones are better than others. So from a photo shoot you could potentially have quite a few hundred images. We're going to whittle that down to the best images and the ones we know we're going to work on. So let's do this. So here we are in Lightroom and here are the images from a shoot I did some time ago, and in there we've got pictures I took for various different reasons. A lot of these pictures you'll see here are for a time lapse I was doing at the time. So there's a good few hundred images in there that are specifically for a time lapse that we potentially want to sort of not include in our main sort of selection. So the first thing I would tend to do in this situation is choose all of those images. Let's just choose outside there. So choose the first image in a series of time-lapse images, come all the way down here, and I actually want to give these a selection, which means we can select them there, and I'm going to give these a color code. So I'm going to code these with the number 6 is going to give them a red color code. So all of those images now you'll see with a red band around the outside, which means they're all banded in the red category. So what we now need to do is go back to our first couple of images, select those images, and we're going to give them a label of 7, which is going to make them yellow. So we'll go to the ones at the end and we're going to pick that one and come up to here, hold down shift, select those, give them a 7 too. So they're yellow and the ones at the beginning are yellow. Now what we only want to do is work on the ones that are yellow. So down the bottom here you'll see a little panel down there. Click on yellow, boom. All of the images that were labelled red are now gone. And we can now see that all of these images here, they're not disappeared, they're just hidden for the time being. We're just working on the yellow images. So that's one way of categorizing certain photos on your photo shoot. By using the numbers 6 to 9, we'll label them a different color. So that's the first way of categorizing your images. The next thing we can do is go through and pick the ones we like best, and we can do that by giving them a label with a flag. So we've got 3 flag options. The first one is hitting the P key. We'll pick and you'll see a flag comes up the top there. The second one will be the U key, which unticks or unflags it, and the next one is the X key, which rejects it. So all we would do in this case is go through these images. Potentially want to go through them in the loop so they're full size, and we'll pick the ones we want. So all we'll do is go through, press the P, so that picks. Go through them one at a time, just using the arrow key doing this, and that's a very good way of doing it, but potentially not a very fast way of doing it. There is another way of doing it. Let's go back into grid view or press the G button. So we're going to pick a few here. We've got that one there that we've already picked. Let's potentially pick that one. I'm holding down the command key by picking an extra one. We'll pick that one, that one, that one. We'll pick that one, and we'll pick that one. Now what we want to do here is actually choose which one's better than the next. And we can use that by using the compare view or pressing C. So hit that. What that gives us is one image that's selected, which is this one here. You can see it's selected as the main sort of picture at the moment. And the next one is what they call the candidate. So what you would do is you would look at the first image compared to the next image and decide whether the next image, the candidate, is better than the selected image. In this case, let's just I'll remove the flag from that. So at the moment, the selected image is better, I think, than the other image. So we go to the next image, and you would use this if you were looking for that one image out of a select few that is better than the rest. So you've got a selection of however many it is, and you're just looking for that one image. So in this case, the first image is still the better image in my opinion, still better than that image, but I like that image. So what can I do? Actually, what I can now do is hit the up arrow, which puts the candidate into the selected view, which means we like that one better. So then we look at the next image, which is now the candidate. We don't like that one. No, we don't like that one. We don't like that one. And we've got to the end of our selection. So actually the first image there is the image that we want to pick. So what we need to do is press the P button, and as long as you see the white line on the outline there around this picture, if we hit the P button, you're going to select and pick that picture, which is actually quite good. So if you're looking for one image out of a few, that's the best way to do it. But what you can also do with those selected, let's go back to the grid view, press G. We've got a few selected there. We can also use the survey view, which means we can look at all of those pictures at the same time, which is actually quite good. So this one we can see is currently selected with a pick. What we can actually do is view that, so we can remove the flag. So we now have quite a few images here, and we want to pick a few out of this image and potentially give it a rating. So let's do that. This first image, I like that. So we're going to hit the 1. That is going to give it a 1 star just there. See that? I like this image too. Let's give that a 1 star. And you can also, as you hover over, you can actually pick the 1 star, 2 star, however many you want, by using the selector just there. And you can even pick it by using that. Or you can even get rid of a picture out of this view. It doesn't actually delete the image, it just gets rid of the image from our current view. So the image is still actually there, it's not deleted at all, it's still on your hard drive, it's just not currently one of our selected images. We'll do the same with that one, get rid of that. I still like that one in there, so we'll give that a 1 too. So now what we've got is a few images that have been rated, they've been colour labelled, and they've been picked. So what we can actually do is use our filters down the bottom here to use the ones that we've picked. We've only picked one image, so we'll undo that. But what we can do is find through all of these images, if we go back to grid view, we can actually find the ones that just have a 1 star, and there we have it. This is very good for when I'm doing a wedding. I can quickly select certain parts of the wedding, and I can colour code those certain parts, so I know that I can only work or only want to work on a certain part at a time. I can keep my mind focused on that certain part, so whether it's the bride getting ready or whether it's potentially the speeches, I know I can work on that certain part of the wedding quite efficiently within Lightroom, and images aren't deleted, everything is still there, we're just working on a certain amount of images at a time. So let's deselect all of them. So we're now looking at all the images in the view there. And if we've got one selected, let's just make sure that's the only one selected. We do that by hitting the outside. If we've got more than one selected, we can actually just hit just the outside of that there. We know that's the only one selected. And we can press F. F takes you into full screen, by the way. And you can also go left and right on your arrow keys to go through, scroll through all the images, and press F again to come back out. What you will also notice that if you want to make some quick selections, so you're in grid view and you want to make a selection of, say, a rating of 1 to a lot of images really quickly, you can actually pick up the spray can and you can change what that spray can does. So if you go down to rating, I'm going to give it a rating of 1, you can actually scroll through. Let's go through a few of those. I like this picture. Instead of having to actually click on the picture and then click the number 1, you can actually just spray can it, number 1. So it's got a rating of 1. We'll have that, that, and that. And it's a very good and quick way of working. You can obviously make your thumbnails a bit bigger if you want to. You can work in loop. You can work in grid. You can do anything you like pretty much. And that's a very, very quick way of selecting pictures too. You can change what spray can does by by doing this. You can flag pictures very quickly. I tend not to use the spray can too often. It's a bit too quick for my liking. I like to see my pictures, and I like to make my selections based on actually seeing the pictures. But there's a very, very quick overview of selecting and rating your pictures, giving it categories and labeling and that kind of stuff. Good way of sorting through your images. If you've got a large set of images from a photo shoot, you can organise them really, really quickly, giving them labels, giving them ratings, and it'll enable you to, when you come to do the editing a bit later in another video, it'll enable you to be very selective about what you want to edit, so you don't have to edit all of them. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a very, very good video to watch, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've got any videos on Lightroom that you'd like me to do, anything you'd like me to look at and review, please let me know, and hopefully I'll get onto that really soon. In the meantime, just want to say thanks for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video and you got anything out of it, we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty stuff with Lightroom now. Please smash that thumbs up, and that helps me a lot. And on to the next video. That'll be out soon. Been great to see you, and I'll take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.